Hi, this is Sarah Archer, recycling educator for RRRASOC, your recycling authority. Today I want to remind you about some our remaining upcoming household hazardous waste events. These are our last two for 2025. We have one on October 4th at the Novi DPW and on October 25th here at the Southfield facility. Those events run from 9 till 2, and we accept all of your household hazardous waste chemicals, those home toxics that are showing on your labeling that they are harmful if swallowed, or an eye irritant, any of those liquid types of things. Also, we're accepting electronics that you no longer want and need to dispose of, along with up to 3 boxes of confidential papers for shredding if you'd like to bring those along as well. If you need a complete list of the items that we do accept on those drop-off days, you can check our website. But also just wanted to remind you, a lot of folks don't know this, but year-round you are able to take care of those household chemicals by dropping them off at our vendor, ERG Environmental. They're based in Livonia. You can drop off your materials during their regular business hours. Just let them know your address and that you're a RRRASOC resident, and you will not have to pay any fee to dispose of those items safely and properly. So remember that you have that option available to you year-round. That's ERG Environmental. Again, information is available on our website. I'd also like to talk with you about some emails that we get. If you ever have any questions on what can be recycled or aren't even sure about anything related to recycling, you can contact us at education@rrrasoc.org, and it comes to me. So I wanted to answer a couple of questions that we've gotten recently about plastics, because plastics are a very confusing item to put into your bin. We've talked before in the past about wish cycling. It's like, I'm not really sure, so I'm going to wish that if I put it into my bin or my cart, it's going to get recycled. Well, we want to kind of debunk some of those myths and help you to understand more clearly what you can and can't put into those to your recycling. So let's start off first with straws. Straws are plastic. These straws we don't want to come through our facility. We never know really what type of plastic they are. They can also get caught up in the equipment, so straws, we just want to dispose of those. We had questions about these newfangled kind of gadgets that we're seeing on some of our bottles, and even beer cans have some new, like they're shaped, instead of the ones that we always knew were hazardous to the wildlife out in nature, and we used to cut all those, remember we used to cut all those six-pack rings. Now they actually have a real durable type of a cap to help carry those larger bulky bottles and things. These are actually an acceptable item that you can place in your recycling container. They are a number 2 plastic, and they are something that we'll take here for recycling at the facility. So good question, thanks for asking. You can help educate other people about that too. Another one that's still confusing is, what about caps? Do we keep the caps on? Do we take them off? There was a period of time where we asked you to remove your caps, but again, as humans, we always come up with better solutions, and technology has improved. So now you can actually leave all of your caps, plastic caps, on your bottles, and at the processors, they will actually be able to shred all of the plastics together. The heavier plastics in their process will go through a wash, and those will fall to the bottom, and the lighter ones will float to the top. They have screeners that will screen that off, and so all parts of your plastic bottle lid and the bottom will be recycled. So you can leave those caps right on. Oh, these disposable plastic utensils are just that. They're disposable, which means throw them away. They're, again, too small. We don't always know what kind of plastics they're made from, and they will just fall through our system anyway and not be caught and captured. I see a lot of little kids' toys coming through our facility. They are plastic, but if you look up close, you're going to see like maybe a metal screw that's helping their joints, or there might be a battery inside that's going to, help it make a little bit of a noise. All of those additional parts in here make them non-recyclable. So you'll just want to either pass it on to somebody else who can play with it, or take and put it in your trash. Those aren't going to be something we want here. Pens, yes, they're plastic, but again, there's multiple parts inside of here. There's inks, there's all kinds of different things. It's not just a pure plastic. We don't want them, and besides, similar to our utensils and straws, they're small. They could get jammed into our equipment, and they're going to just possibly fall right through the system and not get captured at all. So again, all of these kinds of things can just get disposed of in the trash. And then again, I always like to remind folks, we really do not like to see anything stringy coming through our facility, whether it's an actual wire and electronics, or if it's string, or even a videotape that can get broken and opened up, all of those things that are stringy we call tanglers. And just like when things get caught in your vacuum cleaner, it just will stop your vacuum dead short. It's going to happen here at our facility. All of those things get tangled in our equipment that's highly mechanized equipment that turns and spins, and jam those up. We have to stop and shut down for a long period of time and actually manually remove those from our equipment. So please, nothing that's going to be long and stringy and tangle up our equipment, especially wires, and you wouldn't believe how many garden hoses we get here. Again, it's plastic, but not all plastics are what we want to see here in our recycling facility. But aside from the things we don't want to see, remember, we still want those bottles, number 1s, 2s, 4s, and 5s. We want all of those things to come through because those are still very highly recyclable, and we definitely will take those in your recycling. But as always, you've got a great website for you to visit at RRRASOC.org. That's RRRASOC.org. You can email me at education@RRRASOC.org, and you can always call our office too. But check us out on the website and you'll get all the great information you need about recycling.